Hi everyone, welcome back to Tabletop Escapades. We have some stuff going on. The most relevant stuff, the stuff that we're going to be starting with, is Casimir and Villiand were fighting, and Casimir smelled Villiand's hair. It reminded him of his lover, Lilliand, and he remembered how much he had given up in order to kind of be in the state that he's in and ally with the people that he's allied with. And it gave him pause, and so he invited Villiand into his manor to see something. And so through the use of magic, very special magic, Casimir was able to show Villiand and eventually Therese and Pomper and Potbelly and Kata everything that is going on or was going on with Albadine, the town of cheese, and how Casimir kind of came in and really united this town and really gave these people who had no hope a lot of hope. And he's hoping that by showing his perspective, by showing the weight of what he's fighting for, he'll be able to work together with the adventurers. But before we get to any of that, before we get into more chatter or whatever with Casimir, Pomper is a little bit suspicious. Mm-hmm. And so Pomper is looking around, kind of going past the balcony where Casimir was giving his speech, and he's looking for some suspicious doors.
Mm-hmm. Snooping around.
In the place that you're at, you see some very normal-looking doors. There is one door, however, that seems like it was just recently polished, like the wood was just recently taken care of. It's really bright and shiny. The handle that is on the door looks like it's actually made of gold, or if it's not gold, it's very convincing. And so that door, out of any of the doors, seems to kind of catch your eye.
Cool, I'll go in that one.
Okay, so you go up to the door, and the second that you put your hand on it, the door vanishes, and it just blends in with the rest of the wall.
Whoa.
The door handle's gone, too?
It's sort of like a paint effect. Like, imagine that a wall is to the side of it, and it just kind of washes over.
So physically it's gone?
Physically it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. I step back.
Okay.
Does it reappear?
It does not.
Dang it.
How far back do you step?
Like 3 steps.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd just be a little bit. Yeah, no, It doesn't.
Okay. I'm going to punch that wall.
Okay.
Yeah. Not too hard, but hard enough. Like medium strength, medium punch.
Okay.
Because I don't want to boom, so everyone notices, but I also want to hit it hard enough to see if.
So you're trying to hit it so you don't draw any attention, but hard enough to make whatever you want to happen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Easy. Can I actually have you make a dexterity check, please? I think that's going to be...
Ooh.
No good.
Starting off with a 4, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's see what we add to that.
It's a 6.
Okay. So you punch at the wall, and there's actually not any problem when your fist hits the wall. However, you forgot one very important thing. The mace that you're holding with your tail.
Oh.
And the tail moves with your fist. You're so focused on hitting the wall that you lose track of the mace, and a little bit of acid shoots out and hits the back of your leg, and you take a little bit of damage.
This mace, dude. Liability.
You take 4 damage.
Yeah, really, a weapon that drips is a weapon I never want to touch.
Yeah.
Like, if a Final Fantasy game, if the ultimate sword is a sword that drips, I'm like, I'm good. I don't need it. You're a dripping sword.
I'll take that dripping power.
I'm going to splash the acid on that spot.
Just don't get in your eyes.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, oh, yeah. And he reaches in.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait. Oh, I got this.
Screams.
So you try to splash the acid on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do that successfully, and you notice that the acid breaks through the wall. It doesn't reveal the door or anything like that. It doesn't return to its original form, but you can tell that the acid is eating through the wall. You kind of see it is a wall made of wood, and so it's eating through the wood a little bit. And you just did a tiny splash. You're not like dumping it on.
Yeah.
But you can tell that it is having a physical effect on the wall.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is he just leaving a burning trail everywhere he goes then?
So the it has not been addressed as much as it should be, but so far, like when he's walking, I think he's making a considered effort to.
If you say it's like this, it doesn't drip.
Right. I think when it's upright, it doesn't.
Okay. And so the reason why we did with what we did with the fist is that that little bit of his brain that was focusing on holding it straight, he got distracted and punched it. So again, it's not perfect. We're trying to.
That's what happens when you
handle
roll a
as best we can.
4 to punch a wall.
Totally. Cool.
Yeah.
Smash it open, dude.
Yeah, I wanna. I guess I'll just wait for it to burn. Is it burning slowly?
No,
or?
I feel like just keep smashing.
Yeah, I'll just smash it.
I just want to give you an accurate
though.
description of what's going on. So these droplets of acid, they're not very big. They're like tiny droplets of rain, and so you can wait for it to eat through, but it'll just be little tiny holes. And so, as Kyle suggested, if that's the way you want to get through the wall, you're gonna have to like keep dumping it on.
All right.
And it's gonna take some time. That's the other factor here, and it's a very obviously overt action.
Are there any clocks in this building?
You would assume that there is a clock somewhere. Yes, probably multiple clocks.
All right. I want to wait for like a loud noise, and then I want to smash the wall with my mace.
So you're gonna wait for like a grandfather clock.
Yeah.
You're trying to like time it with the thunder.
Or a round of applause.
Or a round of applause. Like a loud
He
noise.
was delivering a speech to us. Yeah, makes sense. I like that.
So the next time there's a loud noise, I want to smash it with my mace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indiana
I like
Jones
this idea.
Last Crusade style.
Pomper. While you're waiting, what would you like to do? The acid you splashed is still burning through the wall.
Cool. There's other doors, right?
Yeah, there's other
I'll just
doors.
check another door, like the one next to it.
Okay.
See if there's a room I can like hide in.
Okay. So the first door that you go in, it's a little bit to the north and on the other side of the hallway. And you go through, and this seems to be some sort of linen room. Like there's a bunch of folded cloth. You don't know if it's for guests. You don't know if it's spares. You don't know what it's for. But there's just rolled up and folded all throughout this small, essentially large closet. There's just a bunch of linen.
Too bad there's not a wall saw in there.
I'll
That's what you
take.
need.
Yeah, there's not a wall saw.
What is that word?
Wall saw.
Wall saw.
What's a wall saw?
A saw for cutting through walls.
Oh.
You know, a wall saw.
Hey, you got any wall saws?
Yeah, what department is one saw in?
I want to take some linen,
Why?
just cause.
You just want to take it?
I want a
Like a
souvenir.
bed
sheet?
What?
Yeah, I want to take one.
Ooh, these are nice.
Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second.
This is a tool.
You're in like some illusionary world of a vampire. You just caught up with a party, and then you're just like rummaging for linens right now.
It looks like I might be able to use this as a tool later down the road.
Okay.
What are you,
That's what I'm
escaping from prison?
We're in some like weird place. You never know.
All right.
Linen
Linen.
rope is a very Pomper-esque.
Oh, yeah.
It has many uses.
Bandaging wounds.
Toga.
Exactly.
If you gotta go to a toga party later.
Disguise.
Yeah.
There's so many ways you can use it.
I'm just here.
At
I'm
least
watching
3.
this episode of the show. Like it's like imagine it as a drama. And I'm like, what is Pomper doing? Like what?
No. If it was
Planting the
scripted
seed.
into a thing,
just like
they'd be like, "Oh, that's gonna pay off."
It's like
oh, that's gonna pay off.
it's like a Scooby-Doo gag.
There's a reason.
for sure.
There's a reason he's taking that.
I'm taking a bed sheet. What color is it?
This will pay off in season 7.
Put in the bag of multiplication. We'll make an army of ghosts.
You know, I was just going to make them be like white bed sheets, but the one that you pick up happens to be royal blue.
Perfect.
Oh.
Perfect.
How is that perfect?
Royal blue. I love blue.
That's what he was hoping
Okay.
for.
Yeah.
All right.
Or a deep crimson because it hides the blood, you know.
There is a deep crimson cloth.
I'm gonna stick with the blue.
All right, the royal blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right. I take one last look
hold
around that
on.
room though.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We're not done.
Okay.
When you lift the bedsheet off,
Towels.
there's towels.
There's soap.
Popper starts
hotel.
crying.
There is a large creature
Whoa.
Whoa, dude.
about the size of 3 fists.
That's a small creature.
Yeah, well,
Large
wait, I'm not
for a-
done with the description. It has 8 legs and looks like a spider, but you've never seen a spider that has these qualities. Only its legs are hairy, and it has 2 large white tusks curving up from its face.
Why?
Oh.
Kill
I'm
it.
startled.
Yeah. And it jumps down, and it scurries behind the pile of sheets.
Make friends with
Hey,
Yeah. It doesn't speak.
do you speak?
it. Recruit it.
It does not speak.
Popper comes back with a bunch of these spiders.
Do I have any like food on me?
Create food.
Some. Yeah, I could create some.
It's not
drown
gonna
the damn
it's
thing.
Summon
not gonna want your
insects.
bread, dude. It's a spider.
This
Spiders
is a special
like
spider,
bread.
dude.
Spiders do not like bread.
Spiders love bread.
I'm speaking from experience.
Do I speak with animals?
Have you tried to feed a spider bread?
Yeah.
Yeah, spider trap.
Have you not?
I remember that.
No. Is that a common thing?
I don't have any food.
It's like one thing you try, you know?
I,
But,
I feel like everybody's tried it once.
Yeah.
Let us know.
I'm gonna hold out my
Your hand?
hand.
Okay.
Dude, give it an acid flick.
Like
Don't
I mean,
play around with
I mean,
spiders.
I mean, you no harm.
All right.
You
Creature?
notice that the cloth that you took, the royal blue cloth,
Yeah.
you feel a tug, and it's going behind the pile of linen.
No, it's
gonna yeah,
tugging from where the spider is.
Correct.
Okay,
It's
I'll
getting
let
tighter
it
and
go. Like, do you want this
It's a linen guardian, yeah.
creature? Do you want this?
A low rank demon.
And you see like pretty quickly, it's like, and it goes behind the linen completely.
Hey, come out from there.
The creature, who has grown in size
Dude, this is freaking me out, man.
You
I'm
ate it.
seriously uncomfortable.
and is now a large globe-like creature. Its legs before were like to the side, but when it would walk, it would like prop itself up and it'd be directly underneath it. Now its legs are very spread out, and it's just slowly climbing on the wall.
Why, Ben?
All right, I'm gonna make food and drink then. I'm gonna feed this thing. This thing needs food.
Clearly it eats linens.
Yeah, feed it another blanket.
Blue linens.
Maybe it would be funny. Just keep feeding it and ride it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do create food and drink.
Okay.
I want to make sure the water does not splash on it. So I'm gonna do it in the opposite corner of where it is.
So you're gonna create the food and drink.
Yeah.
Do you want it to be like, because the opposite corner, you can have it be like on your side, or you can have it be away from you in the opposite corner. Kitty
On
corner
my
from
side.
you.
My side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the water optional?
It says create food and drink.
Okay.
So I think
You create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water on the ground
Yeah. Doesn't sound optional.
or in containers within range, enough to sustain up to 15 humanoids or 5 steeds for 24 hours.
Wait, all right. Wait.
Alright, cancel that.
Wait a second. Cancel that order.
Belay
It's
that
a lot
order.
of food.
That water's gonna come gushing out of this room.
Yes.
Yeah.
30 gallons of water.
All right.
The water is clean and doesn't go bad.
I'm gonna try to like pet it, I guess.
Can water go bad?
I'm gonna try to pet it. I'm gonna see what happens. If I get bit, so be it.
You're in a vampire castle.
I mean,
Yeah, you're
by
gonna
the way,
turn into a vampire.
you're gonna become a sheet spider.
Hey, spider. Do you
Why?
speak?
Okay, so do you reach out your hand to pet it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
This is very. I'm sticking with Pomper. Pomper would do it.
the part where you pet it is actually kind of smooth and scaly, and it's actually it feels kind of like Dragonborn to you. It's not Dragonborn, but it has a similar sensation to touching a Dragonborn skin. And that is kind of comforting for you. Keep in mind that you don't really get to interact with your own kind very often at all. And so that initial sensation is super nice, and it starts purring like a cat.
Yes.
And about, let's say about 6-7 seconds pass, and it's purring, and it's purring, and it feels like there's almost this this physical reaction to the sensation of being pet. And so it's on the wall, and its tusks are curving back behind its head.
So demonic.
They actually like shoot really quickly, like they extend, and they stab your hand.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it does pierce your hand. It doesn't impale it, but it digs in. And you take a little bit of damage.
Okay.
Don't forget to unmark
Yeah,
that
man.
spell slot.
You had this coming petting spiders.
It's all right.
He can heal.
I'm mad. I'm mad Pomper just walking around petting spiders.
Yeah. Because think about the journey Pomper's been on. Think about every time he tries to recruit someone.
Yeah.
Like
It always works.
It always works. So why would he not try to like befriend this little thing? Rarely does he, get the hand that bites the food. What is it?
Bite
the hand that
feeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't really been burned by trying to recruit.
But you have fought monsters before.
Yeah, but this thing doesn't seem like evil.
It seems unsightly.
Yeah. So
Regardless, you've been
Looks-
stabbed through the hand
not
by your
not
new
gonna
best
judge a
friend.
book by its cover.
I'm glad you're taking hand damage right now is what I'm saying.
Good. I'm gonna take that hand damage. How much is the hand damage,
So
man?
the hand damage is not very much, because the intent of this creature is to not kill you. It's the secondary effect that it wants to accomplish.
Paralysis.
So
Here we go.
Cleanse.
you take
Shelob.
This is how Pomper dies.
Shelob.
you take 7 damage.
Okay.
It's a lot of damage.
I'm at
huh?
51.
And
More than acid on the leg.
you immediately feel intensely drowsy,
Okay.
and your eyes shut
Immediately.
immediately,
Okay.
and you collapse to the ground. However, there is a way out of this. It's going to be very difficult. I'm going to have to have you make a Constitution saving throw.
Fire
Unmark that spell that you didn't
Oh yeah.
use.
You have high constitution, right?
What's your Constitution?
Constitution. 16
Yeah, plus
plus 3.
Plus 3. Okay, so make a Constitution saving.
Ugh. It's a 9.
All right. You lose consciousness. Oh, no. You're not sure what happens to your body. You just
As I'm
black out.
drifting off, I go easy. Jeez.
And the audience goes wild.
The only other thing that I want to say about this
said a
encounter
thing.
is that you were by the door when this happened.
Great.
Okay. All right. So
Wait, the vanishing door or the door to that linen
the
closet?
door to the linen room.
Okay, yeah. Well,
You never
Huber's done.
you never know what's gonna happen in tabletop. That was just gonna be a linen room. Never know. You never know.
Should have took the red one.
Yep.
God knows what was under that.
Maybe.
A dragon. They're back. All right, so we're gonna cut back to because it's important. It'll be very
My
obvious.
goal is to have this thing riding on my shoulder in like 3 episodes, so we'll see.
Just constantly biting you, but you're like immune to
We
it
had
now.
many creatures riding our shoulders, and they're like all dead now.
Yeah, Therese sees it. She's like, Popper, watch out.
All right, so Therese, Villiand, Kata, Potbelly, you guys were listening to Casimir's speech. Casimir has snapped his fingers, and everyone in the room except you guys has frozen.
Right.
And he's addressing you directly. He's looking at you, making very considered eye contact. And he walks down the stairs. And it's very silent in the room, unless, of course, you guys want to make noise. But you can hear his solemn footsteps. It seems like he's taking this moment pretty seriously. And he walks down the stairs, and he's moving towards you guys. And he gets very close to Villand. And he says, listen, I know... I always start with listen. I know that you, throughout your life, have always strived to do good things. And that you haven't faltered. You've punished wickedness, and you've upheld justice. I admired that. And I want you to know that in my own way, I'm trying to do the same thing. I've done many different things, made many different attempts to fight for that justice. And they were wrong. And they were evil. But if you help me, now that we are so close, we don't have to do that anymore. And if you can accept me and my wickedness, which I will not deny, I think I can create for myself a better world, and you can create for yourself a better world.
I do not create the world. The Lord does. Please tell me what you are trying to do.
My people, this town, Albadine, that I fought so hard for, I destroyed it for my own selfish ends. I've spent my life trying to make amends for that. These people did not deserve the fate that they got. So I am trying to turn back the clock to give them the life that they deserve.
You cannot do that. You cannot turn back a clock.
But I can.
No, what is gone is gone.
All right.
Therese,
How do you know, Therese?
because I have seen things that Therese has seen. The names pass through the
Do you know
realms.
me? Do you know me?
Oh God.
I forgot about Paladin.
Casimir's like trying to keep his composure. And he goes, no, little girl, what is your name?
I'm a boy.
Excuse me, boy, what is your name?
Palvin.
Palvin. Do you want to turn back the clock?
Palvin Godow.
Second sheet.
Yeah, I did.
I was like, he had a last name.
He's really trying to treat you guys like equals.
Yeah.
He goes, Lord Gradow, do you have anything that you cherish that you would fight to protect?
No.
Yeah. Oh, Palvin. Why?
Sorry for interrupting you.
No, it's okay. That's unfortunate. Therese.
What is it?
It is hard to describe, and only I have grasped at it. But the powers that you interact with are beyond even this. It is an undercurrent. I can't tell what it wants. I don't know if it just wants to consume everything, or if it's a necessary balancing force. I would use its power if I could, but I don't understand it.
Nor do I.
I'm worried. I'm worried that that is the path upon which the tiger is heading.
Whoa. You think this tiger from some other world is trying to parlay with whatever force or god lets me do what I do?
I don't think he's trying to parlay. Knowing what I know about him and what Ramos has told me, through some sort of great accident, some sort of great disturbance, a once powerful world crumbling into nothing, there was a shift, an opening, and in that opening, he seized a power that no one else could grasp.
Ramos did.
No.
The tiger did?
The tiger. Ramos is misguided. He's being manipulated by the tiger.
Oh.
Ramos thinks that he's clever enough, strong enough to work with all of us, but he will only be used until he's served his purpose. And then the tiger will discard him.
I see. As Pomper is the only one who knows about the other universe that we basically destroyed, I look around for Pomper. I imagine I don't see him, so I try to reach out with my mental talking, and he's out of range.
Responding to your looking around, Casimir goes, "Where is your friend?"
I was wondering that myself. He and I experienced something of what you were speaking about.
Is he poking into places where he doesn't belong?
Most probably.
I will search upstairs for him. Those are my most sensitive secrets. You search down here. See if you can find him.
Casimir, it was my understanding that you are presenting an illusion to us to tell us a story.
It is not an illusion. It is a demonstration of what I'm trying to present to you. These people that you see,
Yes.
they're real.
They are not.
They are. They bleed, they laugh, they cry, they have feelings, they can make choices. The problem is that is only a taste of what I want. They can only exist within a very specific frame. I want to break that frame and bring them back into true existence once more.
I cannot say for sure because I'm unfamiliar with such powerful magic, but it seems unholy.
Do you see the happiness around you?
I do.
Do you see these people taking satisfaction in the town that they built?
It is surely an illusion.
Or these people are duplicates.
The cheese tastes good.
Palvin, please, wait outside.
These are not duplicates, clones, or illusions. These are truly the people that I once loved. I understand that it's a lot to take in. I understand that it's hard to wrap your mind around. But I don't need to understand it. I just need to do it.
Wait, you mean to tell me that you're attempting to harness powers that you do not fully understand?
Correct.
Believe me, that is a dangerous road to walk.
I agree.
It is. I don't understand it. And Therese, your communications with whatever is beneath all of this, and Villian's unerring ability to do what is correct is why I've reached out. Yes, I may be toying with something that I don't understand, but with your guidance, I believe we won't walk onto a path that we'll regret.
What's his name again? Casimir?
Casimir.
Casimir. Believe me, there's nothing I want more than to turn back the clock. Nothing. So many things have happened and that I've done that I would undo. But I've tried after a fashion, and it ended up wiping an entire plane of existence out of reality. It's never good to meddle with these things. It's too huge. I need to find Pomper.
The reason all of this happened, I never went to the place myself, but I believe that is where you're from. The world of the dragons disappeared.
So you know of them.
I know of them through the crystals, through the tiger, through Ralmos. I know of them. And what happened, and the opening that was created. Worlds are not supposed to disappear like that. When they do, the other universes try to correct. They try to fill in that space. There are openings. If you insert yourself at the right place at the right time, you can have powers that wouldn't exist in an otherwise balanced world.
I think Pomper may have seen that happen. He mentioned something. It was garbled and confused.
It's miraculous that Pomper even exists, because he is a contradiction. He is
You have no idea.
he is a living remnant of something that truly no longer exists to my knowledge.
He was inside a giant crystal fighting a god when the universe was destroyed. Perhaps he was protected.
That sounds like bullshit. 99 times out of 100, a creature like Pomper, the universe would reject it. This time it has accepted it. That hasn't given him any power. In fact, it's probably only put a target on its back. That's why you'll need to protect him.
I've rarely seen anyone or anything reject Pomper.
He should be careful while he's rummaging around. There are creatures in this place that might seek to harm him.
I will go right away and look for him.
Very good.
Um,
I trust that you've interpreted my lack of violence as an offering of goodwill. I hope you'll consider what I say. Or at least see how the forces at be play out.
Why don't you show us your upstairs secrets first?
Let us find Pomper, and I will show you anything and everything without any restrictions.
Okay.
There's no need for Pomper to sneak around. I will be an open book to you.
Is Potbelly with us? I forgot what happened to Potbelly.
Potbelly is with you.
Okay.
So what Potbelly is doing is, this is all making him very nervous. He doesn't understand any of this nonsense about time, about people, about different universes. It's making him very anxious, and so he's just been sipping away at some elven wine.
important cue. Are there any young children in this room?
Potbelly's diffused.
I know. Well, he hasn't been in the presence of a young girl.
Well, we
so he
don't
doesn't
know if Potbelly is diffused.
Right, that's what I'm asking. Like, is there a young girl in here? Because then he would know.
Yeah. I don't think so.
I think only adults were mentioned.
This is what this. There are children in this village, and if what is going on applied outside the manor, there would be children.
Right.
But this is a celebration for the adults of
21
Albadine.
and up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, like, imagine
tie.
some nana somewhere taking care of kids,
I want.
which isn't too unfeasible because the village
No,
is
that
still
makes
pretty
sense.
small.
That's what I
Yeah.
assumed. I just thought I'd check. I want to go. How many hallways exit this room? Is it just the one that he went down, or?
So to let you know, just to kind of give you a basic choice up front, there's an upstairs where Casimir is going to check things out. And then there's a downstairs where Pomper went. And there are rooms along
But
both
just
paths.
out of this room, there's just the one way to go.
Well, and there's also the outside. Which you can
Right.
see.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll go down the hallway that Pomper went down, I guess.
Okay.
If it's the only one.
So Villiand, what would you like to do?
Palvin, come. We'll go. I guess we'll go with Therese. This is not a split up situation for us.
Okay. So Potbelly also follows you.
Palvin grabs a handful of cheese.
Okay. Does he just grab a smattering of cheese, or is there a specific cheese that he's after?
The greenest cheese.
Okay. All right.
Palvin grabs a handful of the greenest cheese.
So you guys just kind of go underneath the stairs, and it doesn't take you too long to see, about 40 feet in front of you, an open door, and you see Pomper kind of sprawled out in the frame of the door.
Oh.
And you see the creature that I mentioned, and what it is doing is it almost looks like masking tape, like it's about that thick, but it's much denser in color. It's kind of like a very dull gray. And what it is doing is, in between its tusk, it's kind of just wrapping Pomper slowly around with this webbing of its
Freaky.
that's made.
I blast it.
Okay.
Which I think, because I don't use the thing anymore, but given my level, I think it's 4 beams now. Yeah.
4 beams.
4 beams. Ranged spell attack. That's a 21. 13. 20. 16.
And that was all for hitting?
Yeah.
Okay, those all hit.
Ooh.
It does not have a very high armor
Squish
class.
Lord. So that's a D10 per plus my charisma.
Squishy.
Oh, wait, I can roll 4 D10s. Where are we going here? Here we go. Is that a D10? Yeah. 10, 17, 21, 29, plus 5 per thing, I think. Add my charisma modifier to each one, yeah. So, that's 29 plus 20, 49.
Okay. So what happens is your 4 beams of Eldritch Blast shoot forth, and they all hit the center of the creature. And keep in mind, the creature is ballooned up quite a bit, and so there's plenty of space to hit. And you just completely evaporate, basically, the core of the creature. However, the second the intensity of the Eldritch Blast beams hit the creature, all of its legs pop off, like little rockets. They just go poo, 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 poo. And they just kind of crumple to the floor. And so all that you have left are 8 hairy legs and an unconscious Pomper.
Are they
who is-
twitching?
They're not twitching. They're actually very rigid. They're like
Oh.
sticks.
How wrapped up is Pomper?
So the spider-like creature didn't get very far. It got to basically Pomper's waist, and it started with its feet and its tail.
Is the invisible door still gone? The clean one.
The invisible door is gone. You can see basically the damage that Pomper did. You see little, almost bullet-like holes, and then kind of like, because it's a liquid, it's dripping down a little bit and kind of.
What in the
just a
nine
mess.
hells happened in here?
What in 9 hells?
I go over to Pomper and I try to cut out his
Eyes.
eyes. Yeah. No, I'm just
Scoop 'em
checking. I'm checking if I still have my dagger. I don't think I do. Yeah, I try to like pull the webbing off, and I use my rapier a little bit.
Rapier.
Okay, so you try to use the rapier to like pierce through it, and you find that the webbing is remarkably strong. That despite your best efforts, it is not piercing through.
Jeez.
I wonder if that would work. Hang on. I take out one of my lightning crossbow bolts, and I see if that cuts it, because it's got magic on. Well, they both had magic on it, so it doesn't work. I'm wondering if this would take the webs with him, or if it would just send him.
If it's alright with you guys, while we're figuring this out, I do want to cut to Birdcough and the Tiger World.
Absolutely.
Whoa!
Tiger World.
All right, Birdcough, are you ready?
Yeah.
I hope that some kind of balm comes into play in Tigerland.
Ball.
Okay.
Tiger ball.
Tiger balm.
Tiger Bomb.
Tiger! All right, so Birdcough, this is a very vague thing to say, but I think it'll help kind of frame a lot of what you see and what happens and why certain things are there and certain things aren't, is this place functions differently than any other world that you've been in.
Ooh.
It is isolated, and even the worlds that you haven't been in, it functions differently than those. So
Okay.
know that this is a special case going into this world. And what I mean by that is you kind of wake up and you almost feel like
Feels like
waking.
If you'd never come back,
So you've been.
because we're from somewhere else.
It feels like you've been sleeping for a very long time out in like the hot summer heat.
Oh, okay. Ugh.
And you can tell that you're on stone, a mix of like stone and there's definitely like sand and dirt caked in with the stone as well.
Okay.
And you wake up and you try to get your bearings,
Ugh.
and essentially what you see is you are at the end of a large bridge. And what I mean is it's not quite like it was in the Fire Giant world where it was like, oh my god, this goes on forever and it would take hours to get there. To get to the end of this, it would only take a few minutes, but it's very, very, very wide.
Okay.
And you look behind you and you do not see the crystal
Okay.
that you teleported in on.
Oh.
In front of you, let's say this is about 100 yards away.
Okay.
You see a giant castle. It is huge. It is towering. It is like approaching the level of the Fire Giant Mountain, and whatever resides in this castle seems to really love spires. It seems like there are just so many different components of that. And different components of the castle, like there's just tower after tower after tower after tower, all surrounding this big square base. And all of these towers have these, like, golden curved tops on them.
Okay.
And what you see when you stare beyond the castle and beyond the bridge to the right and the left is you see like basically versions of this castle but much smaller. So you just see little castles. They're different colors. Some are red, some are white, some are black. But the trippiest thing is that the world bends, and so you're seeing buildings like above you,
So I'm
upside down.
I'm on like a colony.
Yeah, so you see exactly.
Yeah.
So you see like castles above you, to the side, all that good stuff. And kind of peeking through all these different buildings, you don't know if it's a sun or what it is, but it's a crimson red, and it's just really hot. It feels intensely hot.
Okay.
Where you are, you're immediately sweating.
It's hot. I'm gonna head towards the big boy castle.
Okay. The only thing that last thing that I want to draw your attention to
Okay.
is there are along the bridge, seemingly in the center at about the 50-yard line, there are 6 different creatures, 3 on each side, that appear to be chained to their respective side of the bridge. So their neck is bound and their arms are bound, and they all seem to be like they kind of look like peasants. They're wearing like this very dirty brown cloth, and they're types of creatures that you've never seen before.
Do they look feral?
No, they actually all appear somewhat humanoid. I'm bending that descriptor a little bit, but they don't look like beasts. They don't look like wolves or anything like that. They at first glance appear to have some sort of intelligence about them.
Okay.
And they're all staring at you.
Okay. I'm gonna wave to them. Go hi.
So, one of the creatures who is on the left side and is closest to you. Because he's wearing kind of this brown cloth, you can't really see his chest or his legs at all. You can basically just see his hands and his head. And imagine like the most disgusting tree that you could picture. He has extremely thin, like thinner than a pencil, fingers. It's basically just like
tree hands.
Sinewy red wire, but the fingers go on for way too long.
Whoa.
So they're like 1.5 feet long.
Whoa.
Kill them. Brad, kill them.
I can't kill them. I don't have anything to kill people with.
And he has really kind of bug-eye eyes that are giant. They take up most of his face. But where hair would be, it actually looks like the same material, those like long, thin, red wires just sticking out of his head. And there are pink orbs, essentially, all like scattered throughout. And it looks like the wires just... Imagine it just kind of blossoming out like tree leaves.
Okay.
And what he does, anyway, thank you for bearing with me in the descriptions. He takes his finger and he just like curls it, motioning you to come forward.
Yeah, right, dude.
Yeah, just be like, what is it? I just want to yell. I'm like, just tell me from here.
One of the pink balls, like jumps out of his head, and it rolls to you, and it looks like some sort of bubble.
Okay.
And it gets close to you.
I start to back away a little bit.
It gets about within 7 feet of you. And
Is it floating or rolling?
It's rolling. Oh. It's rolling on the ground. And it pops. And you hear a voice.
Whoa.
Like as soon as it pops, it goes, "We won't harm you." And then it dissipates.
It's like, oh, that was weird.
Dude.
Okay. I'll walk closer to them.
Okay. So you walk closer to the kind of chained figures. And there's a lot to sit up here. And so this is the last thing I'm going to give you before we cut back. But you notice that all of them have a number assigned to them.
Okay.
So the red tree thing that you were interacting with has a 1 written in red, like kind of in the corner of where it's at. So it's like near the edge of the bridge.
Okay.
And then on the left side, it goes 1, 2, 3 upward. And then
4, 5,
on the
6.
right side, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So they all have a number assigned to them.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Just because I don't want to get like too bogged down in description, we'll go back to the situation that we're dealing with Pomper.
Is Pomper paralyzed?
You don't know.
Sleeping, right?
You know at the very least that he is unconscious.
Okay.
I had an idea I could banish him, but I think the webs would go with him, so it wouldn't really do anything. Also, I have a feeling, I'm not really sure, I have a feeling that if I use that spell on something that isn't from the plane of existence that we're on, they'll return to where they came from and won't come back. And for Pomper and myself, since we come from another plane of existence that no longer exists, I have no idea what would happen. So never mind with that. My knives can't cut this webbing. Villian, do you have any ideas? We could just drag him back and hope Casimir can get him.
I will try to heal him. He is clearly hurt by the spider you killed.
I think he's just asleep.
Do you have no concern? Look at his paw, it is hurt.
You notice that his mace is inside the linen room a little ways. On the ground, spilling acid.
Look at the spider's horrible weapon.
Actually, I think that's Pomper's. He took it from that fire giant. A lot of weird stuff has a lot of stuff has happened to us since we split up. Mainly, we got some more weapons. Ooh, none of us thought to get you a hammer. I just thought of that.
I would not need one. My hammer is legendary.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to just lay hands on Pomper to do that healing, that simple healing right there.
Okay.
Therese goes, well, first, hang on. I slap Pomper in the face. I go, Pomper, wake up. Pomper.
Pomper, can I be making us a Constitution saving throw?
8.
Yeah, 8.
He's still out.
All right. I guess he needs to be healed.
Cool. I have
Do you have cleanse or anything?
a lot. I have a lot of. Yeah. I can actually use lay on hands to cure poison.
Nice.
If he has it, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
84.
Thank you.
So basically, I have a pool of
Feels it.
I feel
70. I have a pool of 70 HP that I can heal up, and if I want to cure a disease, it takes 5 hit points basically of my pool.
So a broad reading of this, it says like 1 disease or 1 poison affecting it. What the spider did to it, I would actually completely count that in this.
Cool.
It's not like, you can't do this one. I think
Magic spider.
Magic spider.
Cursed.
No.
So actually, my pool is 61 right now. So I want to heal up Pomper to where his max HP. How much was that, Huber?
Dude, that's a lot. I don't think you have enough.
Are you that hurt right now?
Yeah, I have
How much-
51 out of 123.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
rested yet.
So all I can do is 56. All I can give you is 56 HP on top of that.
Oh, okay.
On top of healing your poison.
So I have 107.
Okay.
Oh. Nice.
Nice.
He was very hurt. Just sucking up all my HP on my body.
I'm sorry, how much HP did you heal with him?
I healed 56 on
Okay.
top of the curing the poison, but now
Okay.
I'm out. I'm out of lay on hands.
Okay. So Pomper, you kind of groggily wake up to a very exasperated Villiand.
Good job.
The spider did a number to you.
Brilliant. We'll have to talk about your skills. I'm very impressed.
You ought to be.
I didn't know you could heal this well.
I'm a highly trained paladin, Pomper.
Pomper, what happened? You're all webbed up.
Pomper, are you alright? What
Yeah,
happened to you?
I tried to befriend that creature, but I
You tried to befriend that giant monstrous spider, Pomper?
Potbelly gives you a hug.
Hey, Potbelly.
Here,
hug back.
here, this will help. This is some of the best wine I've ever tasted. And he kind of like lifts it up to your
Potbelly,
mouth.
please. He's not old enough.
Potbelly, yeah.
He may not have alcohol, Potbelly.
Old enough?
Yes.
He's
What are you
merely
talking
15
about?
years old. He's a child. Also,
If you're old enough to kill, you're old enough to drink.
that's a salient
It is
point.
not true. Palvin is killed, and he is not old enough to drink.
Also a good point.
Yes. I've killed many bats up in the spire.
Oh, okay.
Palvin, please. Potbelly, will you
And I
help?
almost killed that old hag.
Palvin, please. Potbelly, will you help us carry Pomper back out to the hall?
Wait, we're just giving up on the webbing?
I'm hoping that Caliban or whatever can take it off of him. What's his
Casimir.
name?
His name is
Casimir.
Casimir.
Hey, Caliban or whatever, can you get this?
Man.
What's Caliban? That's from something. Diablo?
Book in the Expanse
Oh yeah.
volumes.
Anyway. Casimir.
Okay, so is everybody going to lift up Pomper and carry him out to the main room?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Palvin won't.
if Potbelly
Hey, don't
can't
forget my
handle
mace. Be careful.
What?
Wait, all right, I'll grab the mace. You guys carry Pomper. I'll meet you there.
He's gonna get stung, dude. Give him more
it. Wait,
directions.
Potbelly, no.
Yeah, Potbelly.
Potbelly, you carry Pomper. I'll grab the mace.
Good
All right, that's fine.
Uh,
Lift with your knees, Potbelly.
no. Wait, yes.
Did you know? Trolls have some of the strongest knees.
I did not know this.
Yes.
They look very. All right, I'll meet you. I
Actually,
grab the acid mace.
some choose their mate based on the quality of their knees.
This is
That's
fascinating.
very
Yeah.
interesting.
Anyway,
actually.
we got to get Pomper out of here. We got to save him.
Yeah. I pick up the weird mace carefully.
So I presume knees are something like breasts for your race.
Oh, yes. We value knees much more than breasts. In fact, we consider breasts to be grotesque amongst our culture.
Oh.
Me too.
That's great, guys. I'm holding the mace like out sideways because I
Okay.
don't know what to do with it.
So can I just have you make a dexterity check?
Okay. Like 8.
Ooh. You have +1 dex?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens is you hold the
I'm a
mace,
magic person.
You hold the mace out to the side, and a small rush of acid comes out, and it causes you to drop it.
Okay.
And now you notice that the end of the mace is sitting in a small pool of acid.
Whoop.
Thankfully, the acid is not burning the mace.
This thing's covered in, like, spits out acid.
Hurry up, Therese! We're waiting for you!
I wish I had mage hand. I pick it up by the end again and just let it point down, and I carry it back out.
Birdcloth
Holding it
has
like,
mage hand, right?
Mhm.
yeah, I'm like holding it like behind me so that all the acid
your
just
ass
goes
out
on the floor behind me.
So you're using mage hand to pick it up?
No, I don't
Oh.
have mage hand.
Oh, okay.
I just hold it with my hand behind myself.
Okay.
Upside
so
down.
You're basically making it so.
I'm just like trailing
whatever,
acid.
if it
Yeah.
drips or not,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine.
I'm just trailing acid behind myself.
Okay.
And as soon as we get into the hall, I'm just going to drop it on the ground.
Okay. Will they be able to save Pomper from the webbing?
He's just a web boy now.
What other creatures will Birdcough meet? Hopefully find out next time on Tabletop Escapades.